Hey, it's Rob here, master technician, master powder cutter. We're talking about starters today. We're going to take this starter completely apart. We'll show you how we got to this result, how to take it apart safely, show you what all is inside there, how the starter works. Come along and see how this goes. All right, welcome back, YouTube. Here we go. We're taking this starter apart. Some of them come apart easy. 2/8 screwdriver. 8. Should come off pretty easy. Oh, it's a bit rusty. There it is. You're not familiar with starters. These are like the brushes they talk about. Your starter's ever going out and it's like click. It's these things, right? 4 of them. They wear out, called brushes, and they make the electrical contact on the stator or armature or whatever it's called. Yeah, look at that little guy. It's good. So I think I was right. Popped out. Popped her up. There's a ball right there. Where's that ball go? Oh, shites. I did not see where that went. So we got this piece off. This is the magnets. These are the magnets for the electric motor. That could totally be cleaned. We could put that in a vapor home. This probably stick in there. Yes, we can. Let's stick it all in the vapor blast cabinet. Ugh! That's tight. Ooh, Tony the Tiger. Put that right there. It goes in the bottom. It goes down there. That's where it goes. Okay. Now I know where that goes. Mother son of a. Oh! Okay, that's a little tight. Oh, that one came off. Take out the secret weapon against screws that don't want to come out. And you get those stubborn screws that don't want to come out. Knipex pliers to the rescue. You can grab that damn screw. Yeah, I tell you. Yep. Buy those power tools. Look at that. What I'm talking about. Knipex pliers. Everybody. YouTube. Buy them. They'll change your life. Okay, now you can take the little brushes. Alright, that's going to clean up nicely. That will look brand new. So we got the magnets, minus this ball we'll take out. Nothing's loose in there. That should all clean up really nice. So we got those two. Now on the starter here, these little gears will come out. That guy. Make sure you keep them kind of in the same orientation. I don't know if they're upside down or not. We're going to just do that. And this should come out. So when you hit your start button, this thing, see how this thing, oh, pop that. That thing shoots out and engages the starter. This is the starter. Get out of that hole, you bastard. Wiggle it just a little bit. Oh, I see something down there. Let's take these other screws out. Let's dig deeper into the starter. We must go farther. Not far enough. I see more screws. Big screwdriver. Where's a number 3? So you can use a screwdriver like this. Well, snap-on one. So you got high torque on the screw. You can take a wrench. There you go. You get it? I'm gonna have to stick it in the damn vise. Not one can. Let's get the one out. Where is my PB blaster? There it is. It's not gonna want to come out right now. So hot. Okay, let's put some of this in the vapor home real quick. Holy shnikey, y'all. Look at this. Look at that. Those magnets look so brand new. Look at that. That is shiny new. I'm gonna put these dirty brushes back in this nice clean handle. We're gonna coat this, so I'm not gonna put that back in there. But we're gonna protect all this stuff because we don't want this happening again. Okay, that's enough. There we go on that guy. This, I'm still gonna get, I gotta get that screw out, and then we'll toss that thing in the vapor hone. Show you all a little trick. The screw down in there started to strip out. It's really tight. I sprayed some PB blaster on it last night, let it sit. Everybody knows what a stripped out screw looks like, right? It's when you're turning too hard and you start rounding the edges. So what you do, what I have found, is take your screwdriver or a punch, because you're not supposed to hit these with hammers, but guess what? Today we are. So I'm going to extend the mark or the points of the screwdriver. So you can look down in there. So what that does, instead of round it out like this, you get his brother. Then we're jumping to a number 3 Phillips. As we put that in there, this is where the trick's at. We're gonna smack the back of the hammer, not super hard, and at the same time I'm turning it, right? Look at that. Look at that. Oh, there we go. So let me show you. That's kind of what I did. As you can see how it was rounded out. Screwdriver wasn't gonna hit. Now a 3 fits in there. Hope that helped you all out. Hey, okay, so we got that screw out on the starter thing. So I wanted to show y'all. This is the clicking solenoid that's on the side of your starter. This, yeah, look how it moves. Look at that. So it sits in there like this, and when voltage is applied for it, when you turn the key, it jumps out, right? That little guy. What that does, so this sits right by your flywheel, right? This is the end of the starter. See how it's cut half out? So when you turn your key, this little solenoid shoots out and spins at the same time. And then it engages this guy. So that just goes right into your flywheel. Like let's say your flywheel's right here. It just goes boom and bumps your motor over. It goes, yeah, that's how that works. This is the inside little plastic part of inside the starter. So we are going to probably get the grease and that off that before we put it in the vapor home. So we did this yesterday. That's the back side of the starter. It looks sparkly new, baby. We could probably do this solenoid because, let me show you why. There's really not much to this. That little spring that shoots it out. I think that's all it's on. Just a little. This is pretty much an electromagnet. That's what that is. That's what that there, guys. So we're gonna get those parts into the vapor blaster, and we're going to make them look pretty. Then we're gonna put the starter back together. All right, here we are. We're going to put the old starter parts in the vapor house. And if y'all want to see me vapor hone something, if there's something you're like, wow, I wonder if that'll go in the vapor hone, please drop a comment. I'll try to vapor hone it. If I have one, if I can get one, I'll stick it in here. We'll see what we can do. Back to the bench. Ooh, and look at how that came out. That looks brand freaking new. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. We're going to attempt to put this back together now. Where did all these pieces go? Alright, so what this is the little fork that pivots on. Well, actually, this thing, when the solenoid presses this, it pops the starter out. So starter pops, shoots this thing out, and this engages the little gear. Looks like something's broken in there. Huh. Oh well, it works. So anyways, that's what that is, that little. So the way that goes back in there like that, which I do believe. Yeah, see? So I want to say it sits like this, and then when you hit this, you turn the key, bam, bumps out, spins your flywheel for a second, ring, goes right back. You can see how it, inside here I believe, I'm not going to take all that apart, there are little sleeves that kind of rotate and slop, and they can only go one way. Some are different, some are all the same. So we got that in there. This one goes there. This goes in here. That's the movement of that. Alright, got that all in there, working correctly. And then I believe it is these little gears. They have a little bit of grease on them, so I'm just going to put a little dab on now. It'll come out with a little dab. There we go. Come on. Let's put a little schmutz, scotch, schmutz, whatever you want to call it there. But you know, not too much. There we go. All the gears are happy. Alright. This little rubber guy goes in here. This little rubber guy, I'm going to stick it in here just like this. I do believe either go that way or that way. Let's go with that one. This is what you call your armature. Same thing in like an alternator, same armature thing. It goes in here. This is what this is the electric part of the motor that drives these little pinion gears. Look at that smoothness. Oh yeah. While we're here, did talk about the brushes briefly. So what the brushes do is electricity flows from one brush to the other brush through the commutator, I believe it's called. right here. So that's how it makes that's how it can spin and have electricity going to it. Same with an alternator, because you've got a permanent magnet inside here. These are permanent magnets. Then you have the coils and the electromagnet that once is energized, they push away from each other, so they never line up, so it constantly spins. If you guys know how electric motor works, that's how that does that. But yeah, so back in the day, you used to be able to go to the store and you could buy this little brush set, which usually it came with this whole piece, and you just unscrew this and put it in. Some smaller motors back in the day, I want to say, you could get just the tiny brush set, and you pulled these out, you pulled the little spring off, and these were like 25 to 40 bucks for this. Instead of buying a whole starter, you just get this. And today, if it's, you know, depending on how bad the starter is, I'll look at these things, I'll pull these things out of my starter, and you can either tweak the spring, or if this thing's completely done, you can probably find one online that would match up and stick it in there. I mean, let's say if a starter is $1,000, you can find this for like cheap. And you saw how easy that is to take apart. It's 2 screws, it pops off. I bet you could probably do it on some cars. In the car, you could pop this off, pull it out, you know. Actually, you gotta take these screws off, so no, you can't. But it depends. I'm sure there's a car out there that you can do that. But let's get this back in there. Figure out how it goes back in there. Like this. When in doubt, look at the part. Kind of tell you. The part always tells you how it wants to go on. You just gotta listen to it. Okay, so that had 2 little screw guys that came through the other side, I believe. Yep. 2 little screwy guys. Hey, screwy guy right there. And this little screwy guy. Of course, I vapor found it, and I got my dirty hands on it and got it all gross again. I do believe this little ball, this little tiny BB, was down inside there, and I guess the shaft kind of butts up down inside there, so it spins on it. I mean, it's pretty good engineering, I guess, if you think about it. Yeah, see that ball that sits in there? Pretty snazzy, people. Yeah, great. That sucker spins. If I were to start, it'll probably be like super zoom, start right up. So it's kind of tricky because you got to put this on, and you've got to get it back over the commutator. So what I'm going to do is try to push one side in, get it in, and then kind of get it in there, Shane. But before I do that, let's get this permanent magnet on there. I do believe that's how that worked. So what just happened was it pulled that BB right off there. It's a huge magnet. Look at that. That almost got dirty. You can see how those magnets hold that. It ain't going nowhere. But when you electrify this, it starts pushing against those magnets, and it kind of hovers in between there and starts to spin. Craziness. Alright. So that sits down in there. I'm trying to think of a trick, if I remember a trick to pop those on. I bet there is some kind of trick. We're going to try pure skill right now. So what we're going to do, I got an idea. Nope. I need something small like a little pick. I found my pick. Alright, push you back here. Sometimes you gotta get down. You know what? I actually have a better idea. Why don't we set this down? Put this in first. It'll probably be a hell of a lot easier, huh? Yeah. Sheesh. Springs are quite stout on this thing. There we go. There we go. Boom! Oh! Now there's the BB. Got the BB. Putting the BB back. Alright, so it's easier to do it that way. Dropping the BB down. Oh! Of course we're not going to do that because it's going to go right to the magnet. Dropping the BB without the magnet on me. Drop down, then slap this guy on like that. Okay. Good. BB's down in there, didn't get sucked up by the magnet. Make sure you kind of hold this a little bit. It's going to suck in there because it's a magnet, so it's going to try not to pinch your fingers. Try not to pinch them fingers. Why did you pull it off, Rob? It may take a couple times. BB jumped into the gears. Oh, back down. Okay, that's good. I've done this in a while. It's kind of a fun little challenge here. Alright. Poocha! make it through, you know you did it right. 'Cause if they didn't, they wouldn't be going where they need to go. This little guy kind of sits over that little thing. Yeah, see. Bam, bam. What's going on here? Change that screw to a number 3 now, so it's going to use the number 3. Ooh-ah. All right. Look at that starter. Let me wipe my nasty hands off of this. Sounds like a job for spring. Have no fear. What's that? Spray nines here. And if you guys are just joining me and don't know about the spray nine, it is the best degreaser on the planet. I've used it for the past probably 15 years. I found out about it when I worked at Honda. It blows all the other degreasers out of it. I've never used anything better than that, hands down. You can get it at Walmart. It's not in the chemical section at Walmart. It's at the automotive section at Walmart. Buy the degreasers. It's super cheap and it works absolutely amazing. Is that a washer? And that is how you clean your starter with the vapor hone. Alright, and that's a Jeep starter. I mean, you don't buy them in the store that clean. There's some sticker crap on there I'm going to scrape off, but I'm not too worried about that. But I mainly wanted to make the housing look just jammed, bam, slam it a bam-tastic. So that wraps that up. Starter's good to go. We'll head back over to the car. I need to knock the exhaust down. We need to pull the oil pan all the way out. We're going to get the pan out, clean the pan, probably put the pan into the vapor home. I mean, that's what we're going to do. Because we're definitely going to powder coat oil pan. And it's going to be some silly, crazy color. Maybe you guys want to let me know what color I should do the oil pan? Alright, drop some comments. Thanks for joining us today. We have the motor broken down. I wasn't planning on going this far, but since we have all these parts off, I think I should just yoink the whole thing out and we should just possibly see if we can put the engine block in the vapor hone. I mean, what do you guys think? Should I do that? Full bore? I mean, we're this far in. Might as well. Let me and Rev know if we should take that out. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Love you guys.